So, as someone who originated from France and had to come all the way down to the US, when it comes to the process of going from one country to another for both sports and life in general, what was I would say, the biggest challenge of that?
The language, for sure. I didn't speak any English before I came to the US, so learning a new language was pretty tough.
So, when it comes to moving from France to America, you come to Blacksburg, Virginia, it's a completely different environment. What's your favorite aspect of this new American Virginia environment?
The sports, like the sport vibe. Everybody like loves sports. Everybody like really supports the athletes and stuff like that. So yeah, like the atmosphere. That's really what I like.
Given that football isn't as hot of a commodity in France as it is in the U.S., when you were introduced to the game for the first time, what aspect of it kind of surprised you the most?
I will say the technique behind like everything. It's not just like a sport where like you run through somebody like this. Like you got actually technique that you need to craft to get to be better at your position. Plus the strategy behind each play. Like the coaches, like each play we use, each formation have an impact on the game. So like all these aspects make me like, whoa, I didn't expect so much behind it.
You came here in the fall of 2020 when COVID had just sort of entered, I don't want to say mainstream, but when COVID had just become a thing. That completely, obviously threw off the whole world, but really threw off the sports world, especially NCAA. March Madness in 2020 was canceled entirely because of COVID. How much did COVID-19 coinciding with your entry into American football kind of adjust your journey both on and off the field?
It was weird a little bit because, so I went back to France during that time, during COVID 2020. So it was weird because I could have do anything. So I just stay home, try to work at home, but it was kind of tough. This period was kind of tough, especially in France. Everything was shut down, so it was hard. Could have gone to the gym.
Yeah.
So you got to do everything home, so you don't get the same work.
So, as for you as a football player, could you see yourself as maybe an inspiration to any athletes overseas who want to pursue American football, even especially if you were able to carve out an NFL career?
Yeah, that's my goal. Of course, like, I'm trying to be like a figure for like all the foreigner who want to come to the US and play either football or even like other sports. Try to be like a role model. Give them like an inspiration, like I'm a nobody who came here and try to become like a somebody a little bit, we can say. But yeah, like now from a small town, from France to play again in front like 70,000 people, I never expect that. So like, just want to make sure that everybody know, and especially like the young international people who want to play any sport, like everything is possible. You just have to work hard and believe in your dream. Of course, you got to make sure it's something that you can do, but like you can do everything you want in life.
So at the start of the century, the NFL started growing internationally, going to London, Mexico, Germany, etc. And it's been a smash hit everywhere it's gone. Over the next 20 years, how much do you see American football, potentially its presence growing in other countries, whether that be leagues or developmental leagues or practices? How do you see, potentially because of what you've been able to do in college, how much do you see American football growing internationally over the next, say, 20 or so years?
I would say it's like basketball, like the NBA. First it was big only in the US, and when something like a bunch of like international NBA players from France, from Spain, Greece, when all those players start to come to the US and make a name for themselves, like the NBA say, oh, we need to go outside. And I feel like that's what's gonna happen with the NFL. More and more like international players come from outside and play in the NFL now. So I feel the NFL gonna try to expand the franchise outside of the US, I feel, in the next 20 years.